affirmations, traffic updates, entertainment, fun trivia, and many more on Morning Impact. From 6 a.m. to 12 noon every day on High Impact 102.1 FM, your urban lifestyle station.
And I know it's gonna be a lovely day.
Hello there. Join us Mondays to Fridays, 7:05 a.m. for newspaper reviews, headlines, analysis, and comments on your urban lifestyle station. High Impact 102.1 FM.
Good morning. My name is Arugundade Temi Chokwe. Welcome to our Impact 102.1 FM, and it's time for our newspaper review. Happy New Week, everyone. Today is 13th April. Happy New Week, everyone. Today is 13th April, Monday, 2026. And like I said, welcome to the newspaper review. Is going to be a comprehensive newspaper review this morning, and today's edition captures the pulse of the nation, from rising economic pressures and deepening fiscal concerns to security challenge and governance debate shaping Nigeria's future. All the front pages this morning is talking about the general election, economic issues, things that we know that is affecting us every single day, insecurity, and we'll be reviewing the four major newspapers this morning. That's the Punch, the Daily Trust, the Vanguard, and the Guardian News Policy Direction. And all of this which continue to affect every day in Nigeria. And this morning we'll be starting with the Daily Trust newspaper. Major headline on the Daily Trust newspaper says NAF jet kills. Major headline on the Daily Trust newspaper says NAF jet kills over 200 civilians. This is a very sad story. NAF jet kills over 200 civilians. Gili Market closed 5 years ago, and this is from Zulum. This is a very bad. I've expressed strong displeasure at the airstrike by the Nigerian Air Force as the NAF on a weekly market along the Borno-Yobe border, which reportedly killed over 200 people, mostly traders, and left many others injured. Over 200 people, 200 innocent civilians killed because of something that could have been avoided. It's a really, really sad story, but you can read that on the front page. Moving on to another story, we have INEC chair linked to X account calls for resignation grow. INEC chair linked to X account and calls for resignation grow. Beneath that, we have ADC holds convention tomorrow, releases fresh committee list. ADC holds convention tomorrow, releases fresh committee list, and that is on page 6 of the Daily Trust newspaper. Beside that, we have for price collapses of US-Iran talks dashes Nigerians' dreams. For price collapses of US-Iran talk dashes Nigerians' hope, and that is on page 7 of the Daily Trust newspaper. And the last story we're taking notice, and this is on page 24. And that's all we're taking this morning on the Daily Trust. Moving on to the Vanguard, to the Guardian newspaper, the bet on $100 per barrel plus oil rally. This is a major story. It's a major story. It's a lead story. The Guardian leads with the growing concerns about the Nigerian's economic outlook as global oil prices trend upward towards the $100 per barrel mark. At first glance, rising oil prices should benefit Nigeria as an oil-producing nation. However, the reality is more complex. It's not just because rather than the relief that people are like, oh, Nigeria is producing producing oil, we should be able to benefit from this $100 per barrel. No, it's actually going to increase the fiscal pressure and inflation, and of course weak revenue generation outside oil. And as oil prices rises globally, the cost of refined petroleum product also increases, pushing up transportation. It's really clear Nigeria is not fully positioned to take advantage of high oil prices due to the limited refinery capacity and heavy import reliance that's actually going on in the country. The many critical questions that people are asking concerning this story: can Nigeria truly benefit from the oil windfalls, or will global oil shocks continue to worsen our local inflation? And I think the second question has actually been answered, where you can get of the Guardian newspaper. Moving on to another story, we have Oyo government denies alleged plan to remove Olubadan. The story touches the traditional and the political sensitivity in Oyo State. The government has denied allegations of plans to remove the Olubadan, a highly respected traditional ruler. And this issue highlights that the delicate balance between government and authority and the traditional institutions, especially in Oyo State, it has been going on for some time. We've been hearing rumors. It raises another issues that what is the importance of cultural stability in governance, and such rumors is not properly addressed, it could lead to tensions within the state, and we hope it doesn't get to that. But you can get more on that on news. Triggers outrage as death toll rises above 60. Military orders probe. And that is on news page 6 of the Guardian newspaper. Moving on to another one, we have engineers warn of earthquake threats in Lagos, Ibadan, Benin, and Abel is on news page 7. This, what's the name? Earthquake, erosion, all those things, it actually doesn't really affect us. Tsunami, but now engineers are warning of potential seismic activity in part of the southwestern Nigeria. And although we know, like I said, that Nigeria is not traditionally known for earthquake, this report suggests that there's structural vulnerabilities, need for better building standards, and urgent urban planning reforms. And this is a preventive warning, and hopefully authorities are expected to act before disaster strikes. And like I said, that story is on news page 7. Moving on to another story, we have Courtney hikes car park tariffs by 169%, city safety concerns, and that is on news page 5. The story tells us that Courtney has increased airport parking fees significantly, citing safety and operational concerns. But are Nigerians being overburdened with charges, especially for this? Because anytime people are going, oh, let me go and pick up my family that is just coming into the country, many of them don't want to park. Just, once I get there, enter, I cannot pay for parking. Do you think we are being overburdened with charges? Is there adequate regulation of private operators for this? Because it's giving us like a pass to go and pick up our family members. But you can get that, like I said, on news page 5 of the Guardian newspaper. The last story we're taking this morning on the Guardian newspaper is $1.3 billion dispute. And that's the last story we're taking on the Guardian newspaper. But before we move on to the remaining newspapers, we'll be going on a quick break. And when we're back, we'll be able to analyze the remaining papers as the Punch newspaper and the Vanguard newspaper. And we'll call it a day on the newspaper review. Don't go anywhere. I'll be right back.
So appealing about April, you may ask. Well, April showers bring May flowers, and the beauty of these flowers are in full effect when they bloom. And so, we don't need no other reason to declare our high-impact Court of Appeal in session. Court,
All rise.
Court is now in session.
You may be seated.
Welcome to April Appeal, where everything we find appealing, or not, is tabled before our court. We're stacking up appeals in every sense of the word. Want to appeal to our sense of sound? Sing to us, and we'll play you fantastic music. Offended someone? Appeal to them for forgiveness.
Is it too late now to say sorry?
Share your food recipes with us on air. Tingle our sense of taste. Don't leave the sense of humor behind. Let's make each other laugh.
Something strange in the neighborhood.
Appeal to the relevant authorities to fix it. Follow us on High Impact 1021 FM and tag us in your fun videos while you vibe to our tunes. Appeal to our sense of sight. It's April Appeal, citizens. Let us know what you find appealing or not in the most creative ways.
Give it a 4. Your true urban lifestyle station. High Impact 102.1 FM.
Hey, High Impact.
Hi, how may I help you?
I feel like sleeping all day. Can I add weight by sleeping too?
Higher likelihood of obesity in both adults and children. So, wake up.
All right, I'll wake up.
Great.
Welcome to High Impact Studios, the place where creativity meets production perfection. Need an outstanding audio production? We deliver professional jingles, engaging voiceovers, and attention-grabbing radio promos that stand out from the crowd.
If you're in the podcasting world, we've got the ideal recording space for you. Our studio is designed to ensure pristine sound, making it the perfect place to bring your podcast to life.
But we don't stop at audio. Looking for a space to film your next big project? High Impact Studios offers customizable spaces for movie sets and video production,
giving you everything you need to create stunning visuals.
Whatever your vision, High Impact Studios is here to make it a reality.
Let's create something amazing together.
The king of radio is here. High Impact 102.1 FM.
Hey, High Impact.
Hello.
What is the longest bone in the human body?
The femur is the longest and strongest bone in the human body.
Thank you, High Impact.
You're welcome.
Put a touch of class and finesse on your brand by advertising with us at High Impact 1021 FM. For more information, call
0706 393 5694, 0915 958 1881, or 0902 745 3931.
Follow us on our social media platforms at High Impact 1021 FM. Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
Our deals are hotter than the weather itself.
You asked for great radio here. We brought you the king. We brought you the king. High Impact 102.1 FM. The king of radio.
Welcome back to High Impact 102.1 FM. We'll be reviewing the newspaper. We've gone through the Guardian newspaper and the Daily Trust newspaper. Now we'll move into the remaining two newspapers this morning, and that is the Vanguard and the Punch newspaper. Starting off with the Punch newspaper this morning, major headline says military defense Borno strike as death row. Army Borno government insists. Yobe Sema says some victims were traders. And the second writer says SCOA Butai defense military action as Atiku amnesty condemn killings. And the last writer says Zulum warns residents against aiding terrorists. Yobe councillor claims 200 dead, over 40 hospitalized. And that is on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. This story, as we can see, is on all pages of the military strike, and it's something that we feel that it could have been avoided. But now we are seeing different takes on it. Some are saying that it's a lie, civilians were not killed. Some are saying, were the people that were killed? Why was the strike? Why did it even happen at all? We need to get more on these details, but you can read more on the story on page 2 of the Punch newspaper. Moving on to another story, it says 2027 ADC mobilizes 3,000 delegates for Abuja convention, and that is on page 6, and that is the preparation towards the 2027 general election. Moving on to another story, we have Navy seizes 2 vessels with stolen crude. Navy seizes 2 vessels with stolen, people still stealing crude from the country, being able to capture these people. Makinde Lajaja fought Fayose over alleged detriment plot, and that is on page 5 of the Punch newspaper. Moving on to another story, we have historic moment in the U.S. as Charles Omiyale becomes Knight of the Anglican Communion. Okay, and the last story we're taking this morning on the Punch newspaper says 2027 tussle. Supreme Court hears ADC PDP crisis suit this Tuesday. 2027 tussle. Supreme Court hears ADC PDP crisis suit on Tuesday, and that is on page 8 of the Punch newspaper. And that's all we'll be taking on the Punch for this morning. And the last paper we're taking this morning says is from the Vanguard, and the major headline says debt pressure mounts. Federal government borrows 8.1 trillion naira in 2026, and we have about 4 riders to the story, which says represent 7.4% YOY increase from fourth quarter 2025. The second rider says analysts cite revenue gaps, fiscal indiscipline. The third rider says urge federal government to cut waste, boost revenue. And the last rider says rising debt crippling ability to fund infrastructure, and that's coming from the World Bank. This is a major story. The federal government has borrowed 8.1 trillion naira in 2026 alone, and we're just in April. And it's representing a very sharp increase. Rising debt servicing costs, reduced funds for infrastructure, increased fiscal existing debt rather than fund the development. And there are calls and cries for improved revenue generation. Another one we have 1001 adopted in northern Nigeria within 3 months. 1001 people adopted in northern Nigeria within 3 months, and this is coming from Amnesty International, and that's the we can get on page 38. Within just 3 months, over 1,100 people have reportedly been adopted in the northern Nigeria. It underscores that there's the scale of insecurity, persistence of kidnapping as a criminal enterprise, and weak security presence in vulnerable communities, like especially in the northern. We have 1,001 people. That's quite a lot. And it's not just security issues, it's humanitarian crisis affecting, like I said, 38 on the Vanguard newspaper. Moving on, Air Force is investigating an airstrike in Borno Yobe that reportedly killed dozens. Military operations in civilian areas, intelligence failure, human rights and accountability. Especially in such tragic incidents, we need to know what actually happened. They need transparency, and they need someone to come and be accountable for this death, because it's a lot. Over 200 people. Right above the nameplate, we have Two-Face, Lao Lugbenjo, others set to electrify Vanguard Personality of the Year. Moving on to another story, we have Livestock Development Minister leads discussion panel at Vanguard Economic Discourse. Moving on to another one, we have mixed reactions as FG cuts import duties on pharmaceutical product, rice, cars, others. The government policy dependency on local production growth, because now the federal government is cutting import duties on pharmaceutical products, meaning that pharmaceutical products is going to reduce. Drugs we're getting in the pharmacy, the prices are going to reduce, and many others. And now people are saying, okay, what are people that are producing locally? what is in for them, because their prices are not going to reduce. So now it's going to be like a very big threat for them. But you can get more on that on page 5 of the Vanguard newspaper. And the last story we're taking on the Vanguard newspaper this morning says Kwankwanso explains rejecting 80% settling for 60% in ADC deal. This is about political realignment. It's telling us that the internal negotiations within opposition politics are showing power dynamics, strategic compromises, preparation ahead of the future 2027 general election. We are seeing efforts of strengthening opposition coalition with this deal that Kwankwanso is explaining. Okay, we have one more story on the Vanguard newspaper. It says conviction of terrorists will give hope to victims. They are forgiving, they are rehabilitating terrorists. Stakeholders believe that prosecuting and convicting terrorists will restore confidence in the justice system, provide closure for victims, and deter future crimes. And these challenges remain ensuring with speedy trials, fair judicial processes. And you can get more on that on page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. And that's all we're taking this morning on the Vanguard. Across the papers this morning, policy decision today shape Nigeria's economic stability and security tomorrow. And that's how much we can take this morning on the newspaper review. Thank you for staying with us. My name is Arundadi Timitekwe. And if you're just joining us and you missed the newspaper review, you can always watch a recap on impact 102.1 FM on YouTube. We are currently live. And you can also watch a recap on YouTube at impact 102.1 FM. And that's all we'll be taking this morning. Thank you so much for staying. Like I said, my name is Arundadi Timitekwe. Do have a lovely morning. And we'll be right back by 8 o'clock for the morning Magnet show. And I'm sure you do not want affecting us, and we're able to manage and make more money.